Hello everyone, it's another wet day today, so I've come to a nice dry shed to have a chat with Tim about his tractors and his collection. So Tim, just tell us a bit about you and where we are.
So we're down in Somerset in a little village near Ilminster. We've lived here since 1995, lived locally the last 42 years, within sort of 2 mile radius really. I work on a farm just up the road here. I've done now for the last 2.5 years. A bit of a change. Used to work in an ag dealership, and just lost interest in it really. Wanted to be back outside in the glorious sun. And the dry.
Today, but at least we're in the dry.
So worked on a farm up there now for a few years. Got a few cattle back here that I do on a bed and breakfast.
No, look good.
Just make use of the buildings that we've got.
And what is it in particular that we've come to see today? You've got a collection of a particular brand.
So, a little bit of a Massey man back in the, like to keep a few. Grew up with them back when I was small. And, a bit of nostalgia really, I suppose. A few bits that I remember from when we were farming. A few bits that we'd never had that...
Always wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. All right, well, let's have a look around.
Okay.
So, Tim, again, I expect we can guess because everybody has their clues with their favourite tractor. But what is your favourite tractor?
I like my little 3095 here. Really nice tractor. Quite fast on the road now. I've had the gearbox converted back in 2017 when I bought it.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's fast. I like it.
Yeah.
Aircon, radio. Just got it all.
Yeah.
Only thing it misses, forward and reverse shuttle. Love a forward and reverse shuttle on it. But ultimately, it's a nice little tractor.
Yeah,
Does it for me.
You say you've had the gearbox then, what's that, up to 40 kph now?
Up to 40 kph. Would have been the 30k, purely because it's 2-wheel drive.
Yes.
Legally, probably not supposed to be 40k, but, unfortunately does lose the lower gears.
Right.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
I don't notice it.
No.
There's 32 more to choose from, so top gear's fast, bottom gear's a little bit faster than it should have been.
What sort of bits and pieces and tasks do you do with it?
It's my mainline tractor. We've got 80 acres here. We only farm probably about 15 now. The rest is let out to local farmer.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of little paddocks. So 2-wheel drive comes in nicely for that.
Yeah, I bet.
Spin round, bit of mowing, tedding, raking, bit of baling. Load of work during the winter. Yeah. Unfortunately, my other tractor at the moment hasn't got the loader on. Otherwise, that would be my loader tractor.
Yeah.
The shed here is a little bit low, so you have to be careful on the roof.
Sure. Yeah.
Quite a bit. Yeah. Does everything I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about any negatives? What would you pick if you had to pick a negative?
It is only 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Which, with the loader on, is...
Yeah.
But it'll swing round fast.
Yeah.
It hasn't got a forward and reverse shuttle, which I'd like.
Yeah.
But other than that, good to go.
So, Tim, that's your favourite tractor, the 3095.
Yep.
Let's have a look around the shed here and see what other little gems you've got. So, Tim, I think we've already established you're a bit of a Massey Ferguson fan.
Yeah.
So, talk us through some of the Massey Ferguson collection you've got here in the shed.
So, we've got a couple of Massey 70 mowers here.
Yeah.
Little 5'6" with no conditioner on. You pick that up with like a 135, 165.
Yeah.
No problem with that really. Little drum mower, drives it easy.
Yeah.
Then we got a 6-foot Massey 70 mower with a conditioner in. The 590, you will just about pick it up, but it's on its limit.
Yeah.
It would have been a big mower in its time. 6 foot, conditioner, quite weighty.
Yeah.
Still 2 drums. 590, drag it along, drive it, no problem at all. But picking it up, getting to its limits.
It's quite a long way from the back of the tractor, isn't it, I suppose?
And even when it's out, it's a fair chunk of metal.
And there can't have been that many sold with conditioners. I don't think I've seen many before.
No, there's not too many about. When they brought them out, the first year they brought them out was a very wet year and didn't do them any favours.
Yeah.
A lot of blocked up, a lot busting things.
Yeah. Not a great advert.
Wasn't the best year to bring them out in, I don't think. But, it's still going. It survives. cuts my bit of grass around here, makes a nice job of it. And it's a cheap few blades every year, does its job.
Yeah.
Behind that there, we've got an old Massey 39 Springtime, about 16 foot, hydraulic fold.
Yeah.
Covers a bit of ground. I don't use it anymore now, really. No. It's just in here for keeping dry, really.
Yeah, sure.
On behind that, we got the Massey 200 Forager.
Yeah.
Bit of an oddball thing. Obviously picks up at the front, but it's got to convey it all the way across the back to the blower unit. So in a wet year, also blocks itself up quite quickly.
Yeah.
Designed for the American market where they make quite dry hay.
Right, yeah, sure.
Got an auger in the back to convey it from left to right. And yeah, you don't want to put any ryegrass in it.
No.
It'll block itself up.
Yeah.
We had one back when they were originally new. I think we probably kept it for 3 years before we changed to a New Holland 717 or 719 at the time.
Yes.
Quite a revolution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you cleared some ground with the old New Holland.
Yeah.
Don't want to say it, but far superior machine to that one.
Yeah, I remember we had a 717.
Yeah, totally different machine. I can just about remember it. But yeah, it was old Teagle Titans as well.
Yeah. Yeah, big trailer in their day.
Yeah, dragging around with 990s and 996s. Yeah, big day. I remember Father always saying they cleared 25 acres in a day.
Yeah.
With it, and
that's right.
Yeah, the neighbours were looking in the gates.
Yeah.
And amazed by how much was going.
Yeah, that's right.
And how fast it was disappearing.
Nowadays, these contractors and these self-propelled machines do 25 acres by lunchtime.
They do 25 acres before
breakfast.
Before you've had your breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah. What's next on around here?
So then behind here, we've got Massey 100 tanker, tandem axle.
Yeah.
Be about 1,600 gallons.
Oh, tandem axle, is he? Nice. Yeah.
So this one came from a farm up in Ilminster.
Right.
Not too far away. Been sat in a hedge for quite a while. I knew it was there.
Yeah.
Went and spoke to the chap, and yeah, we had a little deal on that. Still works. Haven't used it for many years, but still going.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Back in when we were farming, we had a Massey tanker, big single axle on combine tyres.
Yeah.
You know, I think he was only 1,300, might be 15, can't remember. But yeah, dragged behind the old 590.
Yeah.
Nice little tanker, dragged on well. And then alongside that there, we got slightly more modern, single disc, basically Vicon Vary Spreader.
Yes, yeah, in Massey colours.
In Massey colours.
Yeah.
Made by Greenland.
Yeah.
So part of the Vicon group, but it's a single disc as opposed to the waggly tail one. So also at the back here, we've got a Massey 4-metre drill on its Reiki transporter.
Yeah.
Suffolk coulters. Yeah, very popular drill back in its day before the Accord air drills and the likes of that took over.
Yeah, well, I think we used to have one.
It is a 4-metre drill. It is a big old cumbersome thing. You know, it's the wheels for the transport, unfortunately, are right at the back axle, so it does cut the corners quite a lot. Yeah, another one of my scrap jobs, bought for the tyres really.
Well, am I right?
Then ended up buying the drill, and then found the trailer in the hedge, not far from the drill. So put it all back together and put it back in the shed here.
Am I right in remembering that the wheels and tyres on this were the same as a Massey 135 back?
Yeah, so
people
a lot
used
of them
to scrap the drills.
A lot of them got scrapped.
A
lot of them got scrapped for the Goodyear Diamond tyres when people were restoring them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, a lot of the wheels have probably survived. The drills, not quite
so much. And we've got some other grass kit here in front.
Yeah, got a little Volto 540 Tedder, 4-star, ideal for me. Picks up 2 sort of 6-foot mower widths.
Yeah,
spreads them out, and then a little liner 330 rake. So none of the arms are removable.
No, I was going to say that's the non-folding one.
3-metre width.
Yeah.
Ideal down here. I can go up one way, come back the other, create a nice little row.
Yeah.
I haven't got to stop and take arms on and off for transporting it.
No.
Yeah, just speeds the job up a little bit.
Tell us about this tractor then, Tim.
So, bought this one in 1996 for what seemed like very little money nowadays.
Yeah,
A lot of money at the time, but been a very good tractor for us. Usually got his 80 loader on it. Haven't got on at the moment. One of the bolts sheared off, so just hasn't been back on yet.
Right.
Done very little to it during its time. Clutch, I think, hydraulic pump.
Yeah.
Just done all the steering joints to save the older Massey Wonder that it was a little bit prone to.
Yeah.
Done a bit of welding on the cab over its time, but other than that, beautiful little tractor.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I see it's a nice local tractor. It obviously hasn't gone very far in its life.
No, I think it started its life in Bridgewater.
Yeah.
And ended up here. Been here, since 1996. So
yeah,
done very little. Set of tyres.
Yeah.
We had a set of tyres on over its time, but.
And the paintwork's all original?
It was bought as a project from Glidden's in the 1996. I think one of the apprentice projects was tidy him up. So unfortunately, paintwork's not original.
Right.
But still holding itself. Looks tidy with a bit of a wash. Unfortunately, been sat here for a day or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's washed, it does come up quite nice.
We've taken the opportunity with the break in the rain to pop out of the shed and come and see what's outside in the yard. So what have we got here then, Tim?
A little set of Massey 28 discs. Bought on a farm clearance. Chap rang me up, said, I've got a set of discs here. We're going to scrap them. Do you want them?
Yeah.
So obviously, pop down and whip them away for scrap money.
Yeah. No, very good. What have we got hiding behind here then, Tim?
So it's a 4-metre Vicon or Greenland again power harrow.
Yeah.
Probably same period as the 3095, sort of 90s, mid 90s. Yeah, big 4-metre power harrow.
Yeah, yeah. Don't see
Just
many of those.
Don't see many about. Same again. Saw it go in, and yeah, bought it up. Bit of a monster to move. There's no trailer and no transport kit, but yeah, still does the job.
What have we got here in the field then, Tim?
It's probably just about the remains of a Massey 900 Dung Spreader.
Yeah.
Made mid-90s, I suppose. Would have come from the AS Marston factory, who did the Dung Spreaders and trailers for Massey Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it 10 years ago, actually, when we made a set of DVDs for a company on Massey implements.
Right, yeah.
It was pretty much bought as a wrecker at a farm sale, painted up, and then designed to use for a day.
Yeah.
Spread a load, show a load, and it was designed to go, well, it was destined to go back to the scrapyard. I kept hold of it, and it's done 10 years, and it's probably time it made its visit.
What else we got out here in the field?
Very tidy, little Massey 23 pigtail cultivator. Ripped up a few tram lines with this one and levelled a few ruts off in its time.
Yeah, no, it's tidy.
Came from Glidden's down in Willerton.
Yeah.
Quite a prolific Massey dealer back in the day.
Yeah, they were.
To be honest, quite a few of my bits of kit have come from that end of the country. Or certainly if they haven't come from there, they've got a Glidden sticker on them and come via them.
Yes.
Yeah, quite a big dealer back in their time. I think that badge is Willerton, Taunton and Barnstable. I'm sure at some point they had a Bridgewater.
Yeah. And
I'm sure at some point they were down in Cornwall as well. No longer dealing Massey, I don't think now.
No.
But yeah, used to do a lot of combines, a lot of tractors back in their time. We would use them as a dealer back when they were going.
Yeah.
Then were Kellens at Cannington, who were Massey. But yeah, big dealer back in their day.
There's a piece of kit here then, Tim, without a Massey Ferguson badge on. So what's this imposter doing here?
Well, this imposter lives here because it replaced a Massey baler, which was a 128. So would be another foot or so wider. Was a really good baler. Well, yeah, it would eat hay and straw. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a nightmare putting strings around things.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I got a little bit fed up with it one summer. Spoke to another chap I know. He said, "I know where you can sell your Massey baler for good money, but I do have a nice New Holland that I can swap it over with. Had this one probably now 5 years." And just hook it up, put the PTO on, give it a bit of grease, and away it goes.
Yeah.
Pumps them out the back, and I just don't make a big road for it now.
No, sure.
Yeah, easier to transport than the Massey was, unfortunately. The Massey was just wide, just too wide really for round the lanes here, the gateways. Yeah. So yeah, a little bit smaller baler, trundles on nicely.
Oh, very good. And back here, we've got an old elevator, Lister elevator.
We have got a Lister Blackstone elevator.
I can imagine not too many people would recognise one of those.
No, waiting to convert it over to electric. The petrol engine does work, but petrol engine and hay and straw just strikes the fear of God into me. I'd rather just have the electric and plug it in and know there's no hot sparks and embers and things. It came out of a local farm, originally supplied by a guy called William Sparrow at Hinton, St George, who was another Massey dealer actually back in the 60s. Yeah. Lived in a shed all its life, so I've tried to keep it in the shed. Yeah. A lot of them have been cut up now for scrap and things like that. So
for anybody who doesn't know, then explain to us what this does.
So basically, rather than me having to pitch bales all the way up to the top here, electric motor, basically a big conveyor belt. Yeah. Takes them up to the top, so that you can have a man on the trailer, man on the rick, stacking them away. Yeah. Two-person job. And it makes it just a little bit more pleasant than chucking them up by hand.
Sure, yeah, that's right. No, if you make life easier for yourself, why not? Well, thanks for that, Tim. That's been really interesting having a look at your collection of nice Massey Ferguson kit here. It's a real mix: tractors, mowers, foragers, all sorts of stuff. So it's a nice collection you've built up there.
Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, no, well, thanks for having us. And if you've enjoyed today's video, please like, please share, and please subscribe. It will really help us, and we really appreciate it. And I will look forward to seeing you next time.